Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Random Vlogging, the show where I talk to a camera. I mean, that's really what it is. So today, I want to cover two things. The first will be pretty quick, which is um, uh, just a quick channel update. I know I haven't been uploading a lot of videos for a little while now. Um, Again, life is crazy. I have a new therapist. We're trying some new things in an attempt to help me get better, and it's really rough. In addition, there's a lot of things I can't talk about for a lot of different reasons. But the simple explanation is the past couple months here, my life has changed dramatically. And this is taking a hit, unfortunately. Still running my D&D games and uploading them here. I'm actually uploading one right as I'm recording this. So, yeah, that stuff is still going on. But I haven't been able to record videos like this or play your faves or comprehensive D&D guides. And that, again, has just been because I am so worn out and exhausted from major life changes and serious work on getting better. Um, Along that line, one of the issues I run into with my depression and anxiety is if I do the same thing too often, my depression and anxiety kind of team up on me and make me absolutely dread it. And terrify me of it, which is why I do so many different things. I mean, I have my D&D games. I've got the Zelda Universe Open Legend game. I've got comprehensive D&D 5e guides. I've got player faves, and I've got that mystery project I mentioned before. That's still going on. I'm still working on it. That's just a lot of work. And I do that specifically because variety makes it easier for me to create. And I know this channel specifically really, the majority of the people that watch do it for my D&D content. So I'm constantly trying to find new things so I can, when I do a new thing, I get excited for the old things as well. So that's why I may seem a little weird that I'll add new projects when I'm slipping on my old ones. It's to keep things fresh. On that note, I would like to know what you guys think of this idea. I've had two different ones. One I'm a little less sold on because I literally be copying someone else, and I don't like doing that. So I saw somewhere online, there's a guy that's basically giving DMs tips for running old D&D Adventures League modules, which I think is great. I haven't watched any of them because most of the modules he's talking about I've run or I know so well that I probably get bored with the video. But I like that idea, and as a DM, that's actually something convention DMs used to do. I again, not only did I used to help run a convention, I organized all the D&D stuff. I also used to go around with a bunch of other DMs where we just circulate among conventions, and invariably we'd all get there generally the night before. We'd sit down at a diner or in the hotel lobby, or we just sit down, get some drinks, and we talk about the different adventures we were running, and we give each other tips. You go, oh yeah, I ran that over here, and if you do this, you can do that, or this has a really great part. You really have to make sure the players encounter this somehow. Insert it somewhere because it's really great. And that was a huge amount of fun, just having that kind of roundtable discussion with other DMs, where we got to talk about the thing we love doing, DMing, and giving tips on how to make it easier. And I can't tell you how invaluable it was, even for me as being a very well-versed DM, listening to other DMs, even ones with significantly less experience than me. You would learn things just because they view things different. So I thought about maybe doing something along those lines, but not so much how to run the game as written, but possibly just picking a few and going, oh, okay, this is what it says, and these are the things you can do to really customize it for your players. Like I ran an adventure once where the hook was they got invited to either the guard captain or a noble, someone important, basically pulled them off the street, brought them up, and asked them to do something, to investigate something in this city for them. And this was in the city of Mulmaster, which is massively corrupt. So I think there might have been a mention in there about the guy that was hiring them was kind of wealthy. So instead of just going, oh, rich guy said this, I had them role play the encounter. They went up there, pretend, I played the NPC, but before they even got to talk to him, just to show the decadence that he lived in, I had each one get to order their own drink. And it changed like a 5-minute info dump into like a 15-minute encounter, so it did extend it a little bit. But the reaction of the players when I went, oh, the serving comes over and goes, yes, sir, what would you like? They describe what they'd want. Go away and come back with this mystery drink, and I would just describe it. Like one of them asked, I want something fruity and light. So he brought over this kind of champagne floor with this bubbly liquid, and as it touched the character's tongue, it evaporated, and the bubbles would all throughout her mouth, and it had this instant set of cinnamon and vanilla, and as she drank it more, it just kept evaporating, and she would actually drink the fumes of it instead of the liquid, and it was this amazing. And it was just that little touch of customization and stuff like that that really made the characters go from, oh, we're at a convention playing a pre-written adventure, to, oh, we're in this city of Mulmaster and we're in front of a really rich dude. So I was thinking about maybe making a show where I do that. I take either books and I'll take it by chapters or sections of chapters, so the videos aren't massive, and just go, okay, so these are the things you have to do, but this area gives you the chance to really expand into a role-playing encounter. Or this is a great place to insert a puzzle, and here's some examples of puzzles. So if I were to do something like that, is that something you guys would be interested in? Second idea I had comes from the fact that I was in theater for years, and I went to school for acting. I had decided I was going to be a professional actor. It didn't pan out, but I spent years of my life, close to a decade, learning the craft and learning how to create a character. And a lot of that time, I was playing villains. I'm a big guy. I've got a really deep voice, and I play menacing well. So I played bad guys. And one of my biggest pet peeves, when I'm playing a game or watching something or reading a story, is people that create bad villains. I really, really hate that, because a villain motivates your character, your players, to interact with the world. It gives them a reason to do things. And I'm not just talking you have to have a big baddie or something. The villain could be a government. The villain could be time. You know, could be a natural disaster. But all of these create the villain aspect. And I just hate seeing people create these villains that they think, oh, well, I have to make them evil. And they're not real. They do bad things, but there's no reason for them to do it other than I'm a bad guy, so I do bad things. And it makes for boring, predictable, pointless villains that don't make sense in the real world, in the fantasy world, anywhere. And it just brings you out of the game. Someone who goes around just randomly killing people because that's what bad guys do, no one would work for that person. Literally the entire world would try to stop that person. And because they just randomly kill people, unless the most powerful person in the world, they wouldn't make it very far. But I see that villain over and over and over again. So my second show idea would be me finding really well-written villains from literature, TV, movies, talking about what makes them a really good villain, and then showing how you could incorporate that kind of villain into an RPG like D&D or whatever you want to play. And that way, world building is hard, writing adventures is hard, you know, all these things. Being a DM is not easy. But just having that really good villain helps a lot, because the stories kind of write themselves when you understand the villain and how they would react to all these different things. So yeah, those are my two ideas. Let me know in the comments what you think, whether or not you want to see that. If all you're here is for the channel update, that's it. Thanks for watching. You can go to my next video. However, one thing I didn't get a chance to do this year that I've done every year is in June, I hit my 6-year anniversary. I have been doing this for 6 years. And I like to kind of reflect on what's happened over those 6 years, and things like that. I like to do that every year because it's a big deal. So first things first, when I started this 6 years ago, I did not see me being here. First of all, I started this to be a Geek and Sundry vlogger, which never happened. And now most people don't even know the Geek and Sundry Vlogs channel even existed. Most of the videos on it are gone now. The channel itself has been kind of hidden. Geek and Sundry doesn't talk about it anymore. None of the vloggers, I think, even reference it anymore. It just ended a couple months before the Twitch channel started. So I never would have thought that something that was so influential to me and a ton of other creators would just disappear like that. Second, I couldn't have planned for all this. So I just it's been wild seeing that 6 years later I'm still creating stuff. Some of the things I tried didn't work. Some of the things I tried did work. But yeah, 6 years is a long time. It's a little bit disheartening that in 6 years I went from being an unknown channel to being a partner channel to losing my partnership status to what it is today. So that was interesting, and it's a little disheartening that I still haven't been able to make it up to at least the bottom threshold of partnership, which is 1,000 subs and I think 100 hours, maybe 1,000 hours. I don't know. Of watch time the past 12 months. So it's a little disheartening, but to be blunt, it's not surprising. I can't keep to a schedule due to my health. My quality is pretty bad, again, due to the health and the fact that I can't edit and do all these other good things that would make my stuff look better. But it's definitely something I want to change over the next year. Other than that, yeah, normally when the new year comes around and I hit my 4-year, 5-year, I'm kind of happy and excited that I'm still going. And this year has just been kind of a bummer and a letdown, because with everything that's been going on, I just kind of feel like I've failed over and over again on this channel. So we'll see what happens. December's coming up, though. To be blunt, I don't know. To be honest, I don't even know where I'm going to be living in December. Again, my life is going through massive changes, and yeah, it's not fun, especially for me, because small changes set my anxiety into overdrive. Anyway, that's all for me today. Please, if you have any opinions on the two new show ideas, let me know. Also, if you have a fond memory over the past 6 years of this channel, it'd really be nice to hear it in the comments below. I spend most of my time just talking to a camera for this channel, and you don't really get the impact you have on other people by just talking to a camera. So if you have fond memories or things you'd like to know or say, say it in the comments below. I'd really appreciate it. Otherwise, that's all for me today. I'll see you guys next time. All right? Bye-bye.